guys, here we are. I have taglines for this one. You ready? You ready?
Ready as
I mean,
be.
yeah. Get ready. Thrills, chills, and guitar drills.
That's just as bad as the movie.
I mean, it
That is a summary of the movie.
Yeah.
So not accurate, and super accurate.
Yeah. Real.
The party begins when the lights go out. Did
But
the lights go out at all in this
No.
The lights go out, but then he turns them back on.
And
He's
gets
like,
lit.
here's my party.
Right? The lights go out, and then gel lights come on.
Yeah.
And then, my personal favorite, because it's extremely inaccurate, a new kind of Rocky Horror.
No, not at all. No, absolutely not.
It's like a bad kind of Rocky Horror.
Okay, with one scene of nudity compared to 3 in the first film, one hamburger, one massive exploding zit, one bathtub of blood, one one-of-a-kind drill guitar, one fully engulfed in flames high-fall stunt, kind of impressive there, and 3 musical numbers, 6 deaths in all by drilling, with a budget of $200,000 and a box office of $1,333,000.
Wow.
With an IMDb score of 4.4 out of 10, no metric score, no Rotten Tomatoes score because nobody bothered to even go onto the site to review it.
Ugh.
It's 1987's Slumber Party Massacre II. Let's drop some bombs.
Dolomite is my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game.
Tell them there is something loose in the city, something which feeds on wishes.
Oh, hi, Rachel. What are you doing? I was just putting in your people.
Blah, 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 girl power, feminism, do you know what I mean?
Oh, baby, we go to rock and roll.
Who are you gonna call? Someone else.
Welcome to Bombs Away. My name is Jonathan Young. Joining me in the studio, as always, is
Jarrett Seifert, and I'm just a guy with a drill on a guitar that you never ever wanted to see or hear from or really deal with at all. And it's just something that you probably are better off without. Oh, no, I hate that.
Wipeout.
I was like, it's really accurate. I just listened to an hour and 15 minutes of that. Please stop.
It's literally the same thing. It's just the Wipeout song. And joining us, returning to the studio, 2 in a row for our Slumber Party double feature.
That popular gal.
I'm Abbie, and I want to drill my brain out after watching this movie because it was that bad.
That extremely accurate. So, guys, what if somebody was like, hey, you saw Slumber Party Massacre, right? And you're like, yeah. Right? And
Let's
you're
just
like,
use the title
would
and
you-
not do the same movie.
would you like to not see that again?
I've been let down a lot in my life, but calling this a sequel was probably the biggest letdown in my life. I was like,
Was this a musical? Was this a sequel? I don't know.
Yeah.
This was Grease meets Josie and the Pussycats meets
Mental
Man
illness?
with the guitar from like Mad Max Fury Road. Like,
Yes.
This was Grease 2 to Grease.
Yeah. Yeah, that's accurate.
Right? It was like, shut up, Michelle Pfeiffer. So, oh my God. Okay, and here's the thing is, it's this movie could have been like a detached sequel where it's like same guy, maybe a copy, or not same guy, but copycat killer killing a whole different bunch of girls.
Yeah.
But they tried their best for some reason to attach it to the first movie.
Which I think they still could have attached it to the first movie, but done something different.
like no singing.
Yes. Like, I don't know, maybe something that was about a slumber party massacre instead of Rockabilly Massacre. Like They could have done
Unfinished condo massacre.
Yeah, right? He only brought us up here so he could have us help unpack. I was like, God, what everyone had like a minorly off accent too.
Band practice massacre.
But I have to say the friends were nicer in this movie.
The what?
The friends, like to the main
Were
girl.
they though?
They were kind of nicer because they were more comforting than
they
like
know
the first
her
friends.
deal, and on the way up, they're like, "We're gonna have a slumber party." It's like
Trigger.
You're right.
I know.
Like the
I'm
newspaper,
triggered.
the newspaper coined him the Slumber Party Massacre killer, or the Slumber Party killer, right? So it's like if that's what they coined him, and you're like, "We're about to go have another slumber party." It's
You're
like, don't
call it a
say-
sleepover.
But it was like her birthday weekend. She wanted to go out with her friends, and like she just thought, okay, if I'm like far away, it won't happen again. But it did.
It did.
But
But did it?
It
Did
didn't
it?
happen. Till the final 20 minutes of the film.
Well, nothing really happened until like 45 minutes
We
in.
were
Not even-
46 minutes in, and then an actual kill happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause
46.
See, I thought.
I wrote that down because I was like, is this what's happening?
See, I thought the first actual kill was another moment of her being psychosis, but even now that we're done, I'm still not sure. So we'll just have to dive into it. And
Let's dive.
Yeah.
Let's drop some bombs. Okay, so immediately it's like
Oh, is
some
it the
like
dream
dream. It's
sequence?
like, oh my God, I'm dreaming
A
of
sexual dream.
I'm dreaming of specific shots from the past movie that I was not a part of.
But
Well,
they
it
put my
starts-
face in
yeah.
there.
Right?
It starts sexual with like the football boy, and then it goes
Who was
to like,
actually really attractive.
yeah, he's pretty good.
He was really good, like a
That's
lot better
Rob
looking.
Lowe's brother.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why I
well,
liked
he
him.
was good looking in
Yeah.
his day.
Right?
Rob Lowe's brother, Bob Lowe.
Pablo.
They didn't even try.
They were like, "You're still named Rob, but it's Bob. Sorry."
Not Pablo.
Whoa.
Pablo.
Pablo.
So that's what is his name? That's
Patrick
Matt,
Lowe?
right?
Matt,
Yeah,
yes.
Patrick Lowe.
He
Pat
was-
Lowe.
He
Pat
was.
Lowe.
I thought he
Pat
was
Lowe.
really attractive, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, he's gonna die first."
Oh, it's Pat Lowe.
He did.
He did
He
die.
did
first.
die first, but I was
Right.
like, "No."
Not before everyone else died, and then kind of didn't die after that. But it's like, yeah, so we get this nightmare fever dream that has images of things that she hasn't seen yet, images of things that she has lived through, but when she was a different
But
Courtney.
also images of things that she never saw because she
Yeah.
wasn't in the room for, like the pizza guy.
Yeah. Like, so kudos to her. And they use like actual shots from the movie, but then you were saying that they recreated some shots from the movie with her.
Yeah, so anytime they showed like what would have been the original actress under the couch, they refilmed with her.
With a different like couch
Different
setup.
couch, yeah.
I was like,
Oh, yeah, we went to Universal, but this was rented out already.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just go to Craigslist.
Well, this set that the majority of this movie takes place on was used for so many films at this time. Like multiple. Like to the fact that the film that was filmed immediately before it was The Nest, which is about cockroaches, and the cast of this film had cockroach problems during their stay at the condo.
Whoops.
Cockroach Massacre.
That would have probably been
Basically
better
anything
film.
massacre. Hamburger Massacre.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
I
Exploding Zit Massacre.
I work as a summer camp counselor every now and then, and I had a kid from China, and he was writing a letter home to his parents because we have him do that on the first day just to make him feel more comfortable. I
Hello,
don't know.
Mata.
But he made a lot of typos, but one of them he was like, "I ate a hamburger." So a hamburger.
He's 15.
No, he was I think 7, but hamburger is immediately what I think of, and just this. I have the photo of it. I'll show you later. We'll post it. 'Cause it's a
You
hamburger.
took a photo? Like, you were
Of
like,
his
look
letter.
at this shit.
No, well, because I have to collect them and then put them in the office. But I was like, because I read through all of them just in case it's like, my counselor sucks. And I can be like, I dropped his letter. I don't know where it went. But I never had to do that. Thank God.
Who sucks,
fun.
Billy?
Right?
Who sucks?
Billy, I need to talk to you. There's about to be a summer camp massacre.
So, she...
Dead pigeon.
Oh, God. Which apparently is a real frozen pigeon.
Oh.
Yeah?
It's also a premonition.
For what?
What's gonna
Like,
happen? Stabbed?
Oh my God, I'm in a John Woo movie.
No, is it premonition for Arrested Development? No one here watches Arrested
I
Development?
do, but like it's been so long.
The bird in the freezer.
It's been so
dead
long.
bird,
It's
don't
been too
open.
long.
And he opens the bag and he's like, I honestly didn't know what to expect. It's a dead bird.
So it talks to her mom, right? That she's been having weird dreams.
Yeah.
It's 5 years later.
Right. And then opens a scrapbook of the murders.
Well, I thought she opened up a yearbook and had like taped on the inside.
It did look like a yearbook.
She taped the news clippings on the inside where it's like, you're not past it.
Yeah, right? So, okay, the math doesn't really add up. Where in the original, she was supposed to be 15, but they keep saying that she's 12 in this.
Yeah.
Right? By the way, that we're talking about, this is Courtney. This
Yeah.
is the younger sister of Valerie from the first movie.
Sassy Courtney.
Right? This is after she quit her job at Hooters from the first movie. Then she got herself a facelift.
Yeah.
And restyles her hair every single scene. Mm-hmm. Because she had like 10 different hairstyles in this movie. Right? To the point where I thought she looked like a different person with her hair down versus up to me. I was like, oh, is this the same girl? I didn't even know. So I was looking, I had to pause the newspaper. I really wanted to read the newspaper. And like I said before, it deemed him the slumber party murderer, right? But it also says, sisters kill slumber party murderer. And I'm like, oh, just Trish had no part in it. All she did is run and stab. Yeah! And then it also says that the body count was 6 people.
No.
It was 12 people.
Yeah.
I counted.
I mathed.
It's almost as if the writers were like, they only saw past the pizza part. The pizza part where he's like, what's the total? And he's like 6
what's
so
the
far.
damage?
Yeah, what's the
6 so
damage?
far.
Right? And they were like, it must have been 6.
Right? He never killed again?
Right? So yeah, she runs to school. Did you see how she ran?
Yeah.
She was like, just skipping down with like one arm flailing, and then runs into that pigeon, and then her friend
Says her name 50 million times, so we know that she is Courtney.
Her friend's like, what are you looking at? She's like, a dead bird. She's like, Courtney, you're real weird. And I love it.
I love you, Courtney.
And they run into Rob Lowe's little brother.
Yep.
Pat Lowe.
Right. Who pulls up beside them, right? And is just like, hey, what's up? And she's like, you should come see our band practice, right? She's way more forward about this band than we even are about this show.
I know. Oh, jeez.
She's just like, yeah, come and see us. And like,
But don't give him the address.
No.
Yeah.
Well, he just
Show up
knows.
Does
to
he just
house.
know?
He just knows. Yeah.
He's smart.
Hey.
He'll
Yeah.
figure it out.
He's driving a Sebring. He's smart. And so we switch over to the band, right? And they're playing, I don't even know.
Well, if you're watching on YouTube, like
Okay,
I did this
yeah.
morning,
Definitely won't know.
Mind
you
you,
won't know what they're
let's
playing.
get this out of the way in the beginning of the episode is this movie is on YouTube. Watch it, right? But fair warning, is
All the
is
music
the last song like that too?
It's
all-
only the music
That the band
two
does?
The band,
bands. Yeah.
Okay.
But
so,
all the songs by the murderer are still in it.
Yes.
okay.
But you can find them because if you look for it, it's right there on the bottom of the results.
So,
You can watch the.
Whoever uploaded the movie was afraid of copyright infringement.
I think so.
From the band who actually did these songs for the movie, so they just cut that audio out.
And there's another clip that has the whole movie on it, but it's in Spanish.
Nice.
Because I clicked on that one, I was like, oh, maybe this will have all the music in there, and I won't have to like switch back. But no, it was just in Spanish, and I was like, this doesn't help me.
It's just a bunch of song lyrics that the killer says just in Spanish, because that's all he speaks in.
No.
So they're playing the song, and they don't necessarily look excited about playing the song at all.
Yeah.
And the drummer is playing the drums like she's playing, like, remember that, like, hit sticks?
Yeah.
Remember from the 80s? It's just sticks and you, like...
We weren't alive for that.
Damn it.
I remember them.
Hit sticks. You just like kind of beat in the air these drumsticks, and they'd be attached to a little speaker box you wear on your hip, and it'd be like. Actually, that's too much. It's giving it too much. It was more or less like, but that's it.
You only get one cymbal.
Yeah. But that's what she looked like she was playing. Like they were like, just play hit sticks. It's cool. And then Matt shows up, right?
Yes, Matt.
And nobody's like, we should stop playing this song. Nobody knows,
right?
And like
talk to him.
Talk to Matt. No, they keep playing. Right, and they need to show the audience this too. It's just like, why can't we just finish the song or be like, let's take a 5, guys, or something? Do I need to hear this whole song? Did they have like an agreement with the band? Because
you will play every single second of this song.
Right?
You will live in it.
But it's also like for the time period. It's 1987, made in '86, right? This music isn't necessarily something that would have been even this time period. It's so like beach blanket bingo, like la 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 la. You're just like, what? But like the lyrics don't really make any sense. I tried to write them down and I just gave up.
Like they weren't good.
Yeah, pretty much. So Matt takes Courtney off to the side and pushes her up against a tree.
But they have a nice like dialogue with each other. Like he seems really sweet.
He does seem really sweet, except that he's doing all his lines when they just shoot him directly into the camera, like to us.
Looking into my soul.
Really intense.
Hey, would you like to go out?
Yes,
this
I
weekend?
would.
Scary. Yes, I would, Pat Lowe.
Pat.
Right. So she's like, yeah, I'd like to go out, and maybe you can come to. We're all going to this, bandmates condo party.
Yeah.
Right. And that's it. Right. That's the establishment. No big deal. Right.
Well, we established that Valerie is in a mental hospital thing.
Valerie from the first movie, the killer of the killer.
Not my Valerie.
Right. Which the actress that they found to play Valerie looked just like the original actress. Like I thought so. Like in just
what
like from a kind
of
yeah, because I did not. Nope.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think she looked anything like her.
I mean this took a lot of me. I'm just gonna,
You're like,
well, this was a rough movie to watch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I needed a lot of Maui Wowie and a little bit of Kool-Aid to get through this. So. Where are we, guys?
Courtney asks her mom.
She has dinner with her mom.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is like a weird meat soup.
Like stroganoff?
It looks like stroganoff minus the noodles, so it's just kind of like meat and like goop.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's cool. But then like mashed potatoes in a bowl next to him that the mom like dips the meat in. I was like, put it on one plate. Do less dishes.
And she's asking her mom, can I go to the condo?
And she's like, well, we could also go visit your sister.
This
in
is
the
also
mental
the mom
hospital.
from Heathers, by the way.
Oh.
Yes. Yay.
Love Heathers.
We tend to actually have the same references. Like we did Heathers like 2 episodes ago. We had a reference, and we do a lot of Beetlejuice. There's our Beetlejuice shout out right there. Happens all the time. So, and then they finish dinner by showing a jump cut in the same room.
Yeah.
Did you see this? Where it's like, here, it was a wide shot of the two of them, right? And then the camera went like 45 degrees and cut to after dinner. Like, in the same... You can't establish that time has passed by cutting in the same room.
Yeah.
Like, you have to at least go to the kitchen or something, right? So... And then she just breaks down and cries.
Well, she breaks.
Well, she has like a moment.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like it's real. I feel like it's super fake just because her mom said she couldn't go.
Yeah, she just wanted to like play it a little bit. But I do think there was a little bit of emotion because she's like, "It's my birthday," and her mom's like,
"Yeah, her mom's like,
oh
shit, I forgot." Yeah.
Yeah.
Oopsie doopsie.
We're going to see your crazy sister.
Yeah. Then the mom's like, but maybe we could stay home. And she's like, but I really want to hang out with my friends.
But you would think if she was 12 or 14, she would have more of like a mental problem than her like sister because you're younger. You know, that would impact you a lot growing up.
I mean, they both went through the same thing, so it's like.
But I guess maybe because Valerie was actually like the killer,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So Courtney is like the oldest looking 17-year-old I've
Yes!
ever
Yeah.
seen. She's like, it's my birthday. I'm gonna be 32.
But her mom agrees. Her mom's like, fine, go, have fun, live it up, be 18.
Right.
And then she goes to bed. She has another dream,
Another wet
fever
dream.
Yeah. So it starts off as like a wet dream, but then it kind of
Then the Fonz shows up.
yeah, in his leather tassels and like
It's
steel
like,
tip
come on,
boots.
baby, come on. I shot all my scenes in like 2 hours.
It's the same shot over and over
It
again.
is him turning there's
And him laughing.
gel lighting, and
Right.
then he's like
A little bit of smoke.
yeah.
Some fire alarms going off in a hallway.
Running down a hallway.
But major big beacon, like police beacon fire alarms in a hallway we never see, really,
Yeah.
because that's way longer than the condo's hallway. I don't know where that was. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
we're going to go to an apartment complex sometime in the future in this movie.
But
no, we don't.
Nope, never
yeah.
happened.
So
Well,
she has,
actually,
like,
we do, but it's not finished yet.
Yeah. So yeah, she has a short dream like that, and then wakes up and decides to listen to some music and read a Playgirl, which she is reading a Playgirl. I like
And
paid really.
she
close
listened to her
attention.
own music.
Yeah. It's like, great job, you. And she falls asleep and she has another dangerous dream, and her sister's like, don't go all the way. I was like, great advice from your sister that's like telepathically. And she's like talking to her. She's like, what's happening? And she's like, he's coming for you. And she's like, who's coming for me? And she's like, the murderer. Don't have sex with him. And then like,
Sex with a murderer.
yeah, and then her sister
Who's a completely different dude.
Yeah.
is that then her sister like is somehow being chased down while in the mental hospital or something. It kind of this is when the movie started to fall apart for me, because these fever dreams were too much. They were all over the place. Some of them were showing things from the future, some of them were showing things from the past, and some of them were just kind of like showing things.
Well, this is a movie that like makes you doubt reality of what
Like-
you're seeing, like almost immediately.
Why
so,
was
like,
that hallway on fire?
I don't know.
It was filled
Well, I
with
was
smoke,
just
and-
confused because I was like, is this a musical? Is this not a musical? Like, what kind
Yeah.
of movie is this? Is
The
this...
director states like she's the one who's like it's like Rocky Horror. I was like,
There's two songs.
Bitch, where?
did you like watch just the trailer of Rocky Horror and was like, yeah, do that? And then it's also not though, because like
There's like not enough songs.
there's not enough
No,
songs,
yeah.
and they're not catchy, and nobody's doing any like musical sequence. People are behind a microphone or an instrument every single time.
Yeah.
Right? And then I mean, okay, the driller killer is killing it. But I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever he's committed to it. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it.
Right? Because his dance sequence is like, okay, but what movie is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it, but we'll get there. And also remind me of this whole theory of like, don't have sex with, or else, he'll get you,
Yeah.
kind of thing, right? Because that is a trope, like don't have sex or you
Oh,
die, right? But in this, I have a theory that we'll get into
Okay.
that seems like it's like we're going to take that one step further.
Deal.
So they drive up to the coast. I mean, not the coast. What's that? I was like, I'm
I
going to
thought it
say
was like
something
a
cliche right
Condo
now.
on a golf course or something.
I don't.
I thought it was
know.
like halfway to Vegas. Like it was just in the middle of the
Yeah.
desert,
Yeah. Her
mom
San
was like,
Bernardino. Like I
I
don't
didn't
know.
mean to say the coast. I literally said
Yeah.
like a cliche phrase of being like driving up the
Yeah.
coast just
Well,
came in my mind for some reason.
Her
I'm
mom
sorry.
was like, "Oh, that area is probably gonna be really hot this time of year." I was like, "What
Did they go to
area,
Palm
though?
Springs?
Right?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I don't
maybe.
know.
They were
Yeah.
in the high desert. Is that a place?
It doesn't really matter.
I didn't grow up here. It's fine.
So they go up there, and she's starting to have dreams when she's awake.
Yes.
Out,
Visions.
out the car window, right? And then they get to the condo, and they claim their rooms, and apparently the owner of the house's son just has a blow-up doll waiting for him at all times in his bedroom, right? Ready to spring up into the camera's face.
She was perky, too. Then they put underwear on it later. Like, they dress
did.
it up.
That's right. Yeah.
It's like, all right.
That was odd.
They just wanted to
Yeah,
get
but
a better
TJ's an
rating.
odd dude. Like, anything TJ did was... just...
Well, so, okay, we get started. The girls are in their first night, and one of the girls, she's like, it's the daughter of the dad that owns it. She's
the redhead.
Sheila.
Yeah.
Sheila. So
She's
Sheila's
grinding
like,
on a pole.
Yeah. She opens up her dad's liquor cabinet, and she's like,
It's not a
don't
liquor
worry.
cabinet. It's a
booze
closet.
closet.
Yeah. And she's like, well, we'll just blame it on my pervert brother. And I was like, all right, cool.
She's really selling it that he's a pervert brother, too. He's like, he didn't touch me.
Right. So then they start drinking, and it leads to this super
Okay, hold
horny.
Hold on. Abby,
Tell us about
you
your
ever been to a
sleepovers.
slumber party?
I have been to a slumber party. I've hosted slumber parties as
Oh,
well.
yeah? Have you all just randomly just started, like, kind of dancing as if, like, a camera's watching you?
No.
And then stripping when you have gotten just a little bit of champagne on you?
No, not at all.
Throwing champagne everywhere.
And then destroying property that's not yours?
Nope.
Ripping pillows open just to have it all stick to you.
We were
Right?
building forts and playing with Pokemon cards. Like, I don't know. I was a very awkward teenager, so I wasn't really invited to these kinds of parties.
Yeah. I would be interested in these
Just
kind
Pokemon cards, just covering up your nips.
of pasties.
Right? You look like a chicken, which was one of the lines. It's like, that's not funny.
She's like, you know what's funny? What? You look like a chicken right now.
Right?
Oh, all right, cool.
Oh.
But these movies, like, these girls must be very close friends because they're just taking their shirts off, showing each other their titties.
They're
like-
extremely close, just like all the porn that I've seen, right?
I-
This is why we're the bestest of friends.
Because my best friend's never seen my boobs, so
That's good. That's fair.
yeah.
Oh, you're ruining the fantasy.
But then while this is happening, we also get two boys that were invited.
Yes.
TJ?
Yep. TJ.
TJ and
And
Ben
forgettable.
Seaver.
I think this one's Fred. This is. I wanted to say Fred was in the last one. No, it's Jeff.
It's
Damn
Jeff
it.
again?
Is
It's
it?
another
Another
Jeff?
guy named Jeff?
Yeah, I guess so.
So we got TJ and Jeff, and they show up, and they're
They're the same dudes from the last
Yeah,
movie.
right?
They're alive.
They're
Literally saying like the same lines. It's
looking
heaven.
through the
Right?
window at heaven again.
Laughing.
This is a weirder heaven, though.
Yeah. I was like, ooh.
This is a drug-infused cocaine land of heaven.
This is like white trash heaven.
It really is.
100%.
We're in the desert. We
Yep.
got feathers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's real trashy.
It's also, I don't know, like, I mean, I don't know. In movies, front class bras seem trashier in these kind of movies, too. Where it's just like, boom, here they are,
Yeah.
you know, instead of being like, oh, God, it's awkward. It needs to be like, free, you
Well,
know?
they want to get to the boobies
Exactly,
fast, which
right?
is probably why they didn't wear bras.
Well, what's
And
funny
they just switched to front
about
class.
what's funny about this movie is that I think her name is Kimberly MacArthur, right? Now Kimberly MacArthur is an actual Playboy model, and she wrote in her contract that she didn't want to be nude in this
Wait, which
movie.
character was she?
She is kind of the best friend, the one that wears like Winona Ryder clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait, the ones Winona shoplifted?
Yes.
I love Winona to death, but come on, girl.
No, I meant like Beetlejuice clothes.
It is.
actually.
It's those like house dress that's just kind of what is that
Like a
cut
bag?
called?
Well,
yeah,
it's
that basic cut that just like over the shoulders goes straight down.
It's
There's
the
not-
black
A-line.
sweater. It's
Yeah,
basically
A-line.
the
Thank
end
you.
Shake Sonora like costume.
Jig,
Yep.
jig.
It's a pillowcase that
Right?
she
And there's
tore
a
hole
tie.
out.
There's a We're ghost. Yay, we found a new Beetlejuice line. We always do the same ones.
Dead under there. Blood and
Learn to
guts and
change your
everything.
voice.
Well, your friends.
Sandworms. I hate them.
Human is Saturn. That's always the one Human is Saturn.
I've been to Saturn.
Saturn.
Every single time. Sorry.
But
welcome.
yeah,
I forgot. Welcome Beyond Fest people to our episode. This is what we do.
So
Beetlejuice references.
I feel like she wanted her nudity to come out through Playboy. Also,
no, I mean it already had.
Yeah, but like
I think
maybe
it was
she
like
was like,
I don't want to be.
Yeah, I don't want to be just known as the nude chick.
Right.
I want to be an actress.
Because that's what
serious.
every other Playboy chick that got into movies
great.
did.
Not great actually. Very sad stuff. Hugh Hefner passed away.
That's
like,
right.
3 days ago.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Playboy and Playgirl in these films, so R.I.P. Hugh.
Yep. Yep.
The man.
The man. The legend. The rabbit.
The bunny.
Right. So, moving on to...
Can we just talk about TJ's voice for a moment? Can we all do our own impression of his voice?
I don't know if I can do an impression of his
But just his laugh.
voice.
His laugh.
Well, that's pretty good. So...
He's like, you got a hangover? Let me try and, like, work it out of you. Oh. It made me nauseous listening to him, and I hated everything about him.
So, okay, is anybody else under the understanding that this is where Adam Devine got basically his entire act from for Workaholics?
I was like...
He looks like him?
Yeah.
He acts like him.
He sounds like
right?
him.
He does.
It is him.
It's Adam Devine.
Yeah.
Right? I was TJ.
Right?
But I do have a little special soft spot for TJ. As annoying as he could be, he was always calling it out, being like, what the fuck? Courtney is a Looney Tune.
Yeah.
Right?
When he actually stood up and tried to, like, defeat the dude.
That's right, too.
He attempted.
Right?
He's the only one that attempted.
Right? But then he's like, my leg.
But he also did, he pushed Courtney in the pool, which I was like, never push anyone in a pool. If they don't want to go in, just...
Well, it
leave
wasn't.
them be.
It wasn't. He pushed her in the pool.
He was trying to help her.
Held on to her for a long enough time for her to be like, "You're gonna push me in this pool."
Yeah.
But his whole reasoning was he wanted to help her get over her hangover. So he
like,
thought
I
he
got a
pushed her
great
into the
cure.
pool.
Because he was gonna hydrate her.
Yes.
Yeah. You know.
So this pool scene, this is the next day. This is
Yes.
there's a dream sequence somewhere in there, right?
Yeah.
She starts losing it.
Well, Courtney has a creepy portrait of Matt, like this big, huge portrait that she's looking at.
Sorry, I was like,
Okay. So, what is their obsession with using phrases that don't apply in real world? This is another one where they're like, so they go, smoke on, smoke 'em. Right? Something like that?
Never heard that.
Like, and they do something else later with something with smoke. What was it? Oh, smoke your head. Right? And it was like, what? They're like, we're really going to make smoke a thing.
Yeah. Jeez.
I feel like they just cut up words and like put them in a jar and then randomly drew them and adverbs to them.
I mean, this happens a lot in movies that we watch.
They just want to create the next cool hip lingo.
Yep. So, yeah, they wake up the next morning and they all kind of have little hangovers. Courtney has a hangover, and that's what they're
Courtney's
blaming.
like, I had a really bad dream last night, and it's like, I think that's the one where she sees her sister, she sees her die.
Yes. Right?
But like, is she really dead? We don't know.
Right. And this is where she tells Sally this.
Yeah.
Right? And Sally's like, okay, well, the guys are like making lunch by the pool.
They're making
Isn't that
hamburgers.
funny? You know, it's like, is it?
She's like, drink some juice. You'll forget about it.
Right? It's Jesus juice.
Yeah.
And then she goes downstairs, right? And this is where they throw her in the pool, right?
Well, she's already outside.
She's already
so
outside.
This is.
Oh, okay.
Because she's like sitting and sulking in a chair.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then
the-
TJ comes through with the blow up doll and jumps into the pool.
Yeah. So then he's like, I got a hangover cure. Like, massages are too long, and then just pushes her in the pool. And then as she's in the pool, she has another, like, fever freak out and just kind of sits underneath the water. And all her friends are like, she's coming up yet? Well, she's still down there, isn't she?
Which is any minute now.
Man.
Right.
She'll make it, I think. And then they, like, jump in and save her, and she, like, coughs up a little bit of water. She's like, bleh. And then they tell her to... They keep offering her different solutions. They're like, go take a nap. And she...
That's where
goes
the
to
bad
take a
things
nap.
happen.
I know. She she like falls asleep on the couch, I guess. Doesn't have a dream then. But then she's like, no, I just feel real bad. And they're like, okay, go outside. And we're having food. And the, this is when we get the hamburger. The hamburger.
Right?
Hamburger.
Hamburger. Sorry. Yeah.
And,
which is like, it's another one of those things where she's seeing it, but nobody else is. So I'm starting to be like, if you were even trying to be scary, as an audience member, I'm done with this.
I've checked out, yeah.
Yeah, I
stopped caring.
Totally done with you and your fake outs and your dreams, and like, is any of this real? Like, I've stopped even questioning it. I'm like, none of this is real.
Because there's nothing at stake. It's all make-believe.
Yeah. Right. And this is another one where like, and that's
you just
another
got
thing.
Too much ketchup on your burger.
That's it's weird because they're like, what's wrong? Like, here, take a chicken sandwich instead, right?
I got a chicken salad sandwich.
Right?
I was like,
and
I'm hungry.
And instead of them, like basically everything being back to normal, she's still covered in blood on her hands.
Well, I think that was the whole like, you just put too much ketchup on it, so it's supposed to be like that's
supposed to be ketchup.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the blood triggered her or something.
Oh, okay.
Trigger.
Okay.
Trigger. I just felt like I had to
So what's the black ooze coming out of the chicken?
I hated that. So yeah, like then they're like, you should lay down or
too
something
much ink.
Again. But she goes, why does she open the fridge?
Just for water
She's probably
or something.
Hungry. She didn't eat the sandwich.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then like a chicken attacks her.
And it's just glued to her body for like the longest time ever.
I know. And it also looked like it was like mounted on her stomach, like on some sort of
first
thing.
it was mounted on a stick that like when you open a door, it springs out, like kind of like a dark ride. And but before that, when she is on the couch, like this is another band performance.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Like
And
she forgets that she had been having bad dreams and is happy as a clam on that guitar.
she's super happy, and she's like making faces to the camera. It was like they made a music video for the movie,
right?
And they were like, and we'll insert the classic iconic scenes from the movie
TJ is
into
dancing his ass off in front of it.
Super excited about this song, right? And then they just jump. They're like halfway through the song. We're just gonna do a montage. Is that cool? Because like out of nowhere, because I'm like, okay, TJ's really like fist pumping, and then out of nowhere, mid song, it's like TJ's in the pool.
Yeah, and
he's in the pool with a blow up doll, and these two people are having a car wash for no reason.
It's like, what's happening? We were having the movie was having its own weird dream,
right? And Courtney's like, I got this weird creepy picture of Matt, and I'm gonna kiss
the portrait.
Right? I love you, Patrick Lowe.
Which they've only really been talking like twice. So like, when did he give her this creepy portrait?
I don't
know. She was like,
take the portrait.
On 2 dates. But yeah, still like it'd be weird if you got.
But it wasn't even like, because when you get those
like
class photos, the wallet size. No, this was like a full-on like portrait from like a frame kind of situation.
He was like, "Hey, I don't talk to my grandma anymore, and usually I would send it to her, but you can take it."
Right.
He was like, "Grandma died."
Here's my Owens Mills portrait that I got made with me in front
but
of
she's just
a
like
wicker
staring
chair.
at it.
And some lasers in the background. I got some lasers, and it's for you. It's my school portrait. When you used to give your friends out, his school portrait day happened right before they went on this vacation.
But going back to the chicken, though, they just ended up picking up the chicken and putting it back into the fridge
after
it
rolled
all over the floor.
And it's like on a broken glass as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
but that black ink isn't there anymore.
No.
It's make
and they're like, you just opened the door too hard, and the chicken rolled out. That often happens with my chickens.
So, Abbie, as a lady, I'm gonna read to you.
Oh God.
A phrase.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna ask you how you feel about it. Okay. The hot, nubile bodies of the girls entwined about his massive form, like the sun-warmed ivy.
Who said that?
Are you hot yet?
No.
Oh, you're not hot? No? That's TJ reading the hot and wet book to the girl. And like first, like he reads a line before it, and she's like, not feeling it. Reads this, and immediately she's like
yes,
with her tongue, and then the next scene you hear them just humping their brains out,
going to town.
Right? I'm like, damn, like that's all it takes. Her brother isn't the only pervert in the house.
No.
It's a family trait.
So no, that doesn't get you hot?
No,
Genetic.
especially when you said the ivy thing, just made me think of plants, and I'm not attracted to plants, so
It's pretty hard for that to turn you on then.
Right?
no.
But this book is
Is it a legit book?
wait,
or
no, it's Sally's brother. So
Sally had it in the car.
Sally had it, and she said she got it from her brother. There's a lot of perverted brothers that these girls have, apparently.
But they're also kind of perverted.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they're white trash.
And they love the book.
They're desert trash. That's what it is.
Big difference, that desert trash.
Damn placentia.
I hate
Half
that
our
phrase.
audience is like, I'm turning it off.
Who names an entire town Placentia and doesn't think, does it sound like placenta?
I live in Placentia, and
Yeah.
I don't even know how big Placentia is because it's like immediately when I leave the block, I go to Anaheim, and then I go to the next block. And
Well,
it's
if you
Fullerton.
don't see the water tower, like, oh wait, we're getting way too local. Sorry,
Sorry,
rest of the world.
Sorry.
Moving on.
Please
moving-
don't come
sorry,
in my house and kill
sorry,
me with a drill.
Sorry, moving on. Moving on. So Sally's writing a song
Yes, because she's the writer
about
of
the
this
pie
thing.
in the sky, right? And she's like, that sounds good. I'm like, no, it does not. Please do not make that song and
poet
have us have
she
to sit
ain't.
through that one too.
Ugh.
And then Courtney decides to take a bath.
Well, they tell her this is another solution of theirs. They're like, you should relax and take a bath now.
Just keep immersing yourself in water.
Right?
And so she decides to take a bath, and then the bathtub overflows with blood. Right?
A little bit of black. goop
Once
and
again,
blood.
another interesting creative sequence that would be cool in some other movie.
I feel
Right? Like this keeps happening.
It's like they wanted to.
Like we love The
Nightmare on
Shining.
Elm Street.
Well, they want to do
This.
every
yeah, that
single like horror movie trope that you can do,
Right.
and just jam it all into this movie,
Like
and
the
then add
classic
music
trope
to it.
of chicken.
And a guitar drill.
Yeah.
Mad Max Fury Road.
And then a gigantic zit popping, because that's where we
that
are.
just kept growing. I was
Holy
like,
shit.
God, I've been
Okay,
there.
this might be the nicest practical effect, like an
Yeah.
actual
Yeah,
practical
pretty good.
effect,
I liked it.
right? And
Also, I feel like that actor was legitimately about to, or that actress was legitimately about to vomit because I was about to vomit.
it was okay.
So,
Yeah, set it up.
the bathtub overflows with blood, and you're like, and she runs out and she's like, there's something in the bathroom, which she keeps screaming about things, and I just wanted Courtney to be like, I saw a spider, but instead she's like, something happened, like, blame it on a
Can
bug. You're
you
gonna
like
be fine.
come upstairs, please?
Yeah. So her and what is her name? Not Kim.
Sally.
Sally goes upstairs, and like the bathtub's just overflowing,
Right.
just water everywhere. And Sally's like, "Why didn't you turn it off?" And she's like, the knobs wouldn't turn. I turned the knobs. The water kept going. I don't know."
At
And
what
she's, like,
point,
freaking
as a
out.
human being, right, and nobody else is seeing this shit, are you like, I'm just gonna keep this to myself?
right?
You know?
But what part of her starts like thinking like maybe this is just me and I'm just seeing this in my own?
Well, that never gets really questioned by her. Like,
because she
she's
does it multiple times. You would think maybe it's just me.
right down to the fact that her friends like what is it, something astral projection or something, where it's like, you know, you are imagining that it's real to the point where you're projecting
she tries
it out
using,
or something.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
and it's just the Hangover. I was
Right.
like, God, stop blaming the Hangover. Jeez, I know it's a bad movie, but come on.
Part 2.
Oh, they're all. Anyway, so yeah, then they're talking, and she's like, I just feel like I'm losing it. And then Sally's like, me too. I've got this zit that's just, and she's been complaining about this zit
Yeah.
for like all day, and she's got the, what is it, something 10, Oxy 10.
Yeah.
It's zit cream.
Yeah.
But she's got that on, but then like it flashes between Sally and Courtney, and every time it flashes back to Sally, like
3 different versions
it's-
of the prosthetic.
yeah, it grows, and then eventually the prosthetic just kind of starts like shooting out pus.
It just explodes.
It's a volcano on her face.
Right?
Yeah. It starts going on to Courtney and like even gets in her mouth, and even the actress is like I would have vomited and been like, that's not acting.
It just was yeah, but
even now, like it's
so she runs downstairs.
But not before Sally just goes, Sally's like, well, I gotta go get more Oxy-10 or whatever it's called. She says a line.
She said it?
I don't remember her saying
she 100% says, I'm going to run to the store to get Oxy-10, but it's as the zit's exploding.
Oh, see, I'm distracted.
I wasn't paying attention.
So
because she does say it to Courtney, but Courtney's just like,
I love how that was their attention
pus.
to detail. Yeah. So she runs downstairs, and Matt's like, hey, I'm here. Out of nowhere. Like, Matt just is like...
He shows up.
But it's not like he showed up in an earlier scene and was like, hey, I just arrived. Like, he's just there, and it almost seems like there was a full thing cut out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he is there for sure.
And so then the three boys go upstairs to check out, and Sally's gone.
And they're like,
right?
This is just a
Well, he has a cake. Matt comes with the cake.
Well,
right.
Well, the boys have a little chit chat in the bathroom.
Right.
And they're like, "What do we do?" And they're like,
TJ's like, "She's ruining my vacation." And I'm like, "Is she? Seems like you got laid like 3 times already, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're good, right?" And I'm pretty sure you're fucking that blow up doll on the side.
Right.
And I just like this is the. I'm so frustrated. The movie, like. Yeah, Matt just shows up and he's like, "Oh, I'll take care of her," and
they have. Well, first they have a meeting in the kitchen.
But this is what I'm confused. No, they have a meeting in the bathroom
Well,
looking
the boys
for
have
Sally.
a meeting in the bathroom
right?
and they chit chat.
But where
like,
did
what do we
Sally
do?
go? Like
she explains it when the cop comes.
But is there a second
but she
staircase?
just left and didn't tell anyone.
Is there a
how she
second
gets-
staircase?
Well, how she gets out of the house is unbeknownst to me. Maybe she was just like, "I'll try a window exit this
Oh,
time."
look, it's one of those emergency fire escape ladders, those rope ladders.
Which was on the back of one of the houses. There was like a
was.
fire escape, and I was like, "Okay."
So maybe that's what happened. She was
just like,
"I gotta
adventure."
go before that zit grows
Right.
again."
But
because
she
it actually was real.
So then the whole group has a meeting in the kitchen, and they're like, "We can't find Sally." And then Courtney's like, "Did you turn on the trash compactor?" Which I forgot that like trash compactors were mildly popular at one point in houses.
Right.
But then I guess people were like, "We don't need to pressure squeeze our trash anymore." I don't know why they phased out, but I also don't know why they ever even phased in. Like the trucks do it for us. So then
So you could get more into one bag.
right. So then the trash compactor starts going. It's like
Right.
and
crackling.
I think it's Jeff.
It's Jeff.
Jeff just goes, maybe someone put old bones in there. I was like,
He's like, I forgot my line.
do you just carry old bones and you're like, oh, I forgot to throw these away, and you pull them out of your pocket? Like, who's just putting old bones?
I'm sorry,
in
I
trash
put the
compactors?
chicken in there
chicken?
from earlier.
They were
I
like,
realized it was dirty when I put it in the fridge. I gotta put it in the trash.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I put that hamburger in there.
So then they call the cops. The cops show up, and the cops like, so you're telling me your friend's face turned into a zit and blew up, and then you think she's in the trash compactor, but you don't want to open it up because then you'll see her face in the trash compactor. And they're like, that's about right. And then they never actually even touch the trash compactor.
No, because the other guy is like, we gotta go to Denny's. They're holding our booth.
Yeah, but Sally shows up. And
Okay,
Sally's
Officer
like,
Kruger.
Sally's like, I went to get more zit cream, and then I met a guy, and we hit it off. And the officers are like, whatever, Denny's.
Well, he's super aggressive about it. He's like, I will
he's a mean
fuck you up.
Well, he was like, if you guys do this again, I'm gonna rip your throat out. I think he
Right?
literally said that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his name is Officer Kruger, and the other one is Officer Voorhees.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And Courtney's last name is Bates, like Norman Bates. And the house
Oh my god, this movie
that
is
the
so
first
bad.
driller killer, like the name of that family is Craven.
Oh my god. Just throw every horror movie.
But they
in.
changed it from the first movie. It was originally Devereaux, and they
Oh my
changed it to Craven just for this. It's like, why are you gonna change it just for this bit that like, it kind of escaped me until I read IMDb.
Well, I didn't even know any of these like characters' names, so I never even got any of their
Kruger was
references.
mentioned, Voorhees was not.
Okay.
Yeah, had to look it up. Sorry, but also, who cares? Hashtag who cares? That's this whole movie.
right.
So
Cops leave, everyone's in the house, and then they're like, let's all go to bed.
No. They're like, let's go out and eat. And Matt and Courtney are like, we're going to stay behind. We think we should stay behind.
Oh, they're like, we got to get some grub.
Right.
Because TJ can't just say, like, I'm hungry.
Right. And Matt's like, no, we should stay behind. I'm trying to get laid from this crazy person. And
No, but he's like comforting her.
kind of, but okay.
Matt does the most dangerous thing to do is take a cake full of candles and put it in a bed.
That's one of it.
That's
right.
What? Why? That is unsafe. And then he's like, blow it out, and she's like, I'm gonna stare at it. It's pretty. I was like, you're gonna burn alive.
And then he's like, oh yeah, that's right. You were a part of that whole murder thing, right? And she's like, yeah, and they're dead. And he's like, they are dead. And then make out. That is like she goes. He's like, and you killed him, and she's like, he's dead, right? And his line is not, yes, he is dead. His line is, yes, they are dead. Like they, as a whole, all your friends, everybody. You trying to make out?
Everyone you know is dying.
And she does, right? So here is where my theory comes in.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
She
so
gave it
basically, she gave it up, right? But does her having sex...
They never move that cake.
Nah.
No.
But did she give it up?
They do show the cake on the floor.
Did he penetrate?
So her giving it up triggered the whole dude coming to life?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, did he
Or
actually
was just like her
come to
imagination?
life? Did her dream projections create a real
entity?
But then again, knowing the end of the film, why am I even asking this
Well,
question?
the end of the film never even resolved it.
No.
So it's
because it's like a dream and a dream and a dream. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. But this is finally
a dream and a dream in a dollhouse.
46 minutes in.
Yes, 46 minutes
it
in,
is
we
a
finally have a
dollhouse
death.
at the end of the movie. Yep.
Which I still was like, he's not really dead. It's just a freak out. But this is whenever we start getting our rockabilly killer thriller.
Which is the same sequence we saw earlier.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's been the same sequence for a while now.
They just
him in a smoky red gelled hallway, laughing and smoking cigarettes.
They just they reuse scenes in order to like be ominous, but really they just wanted to make it a longer movie than the first one.
I want to go back and count how many times he was like, "Come on, baby, come on!"
Right? But he drills through Matt, but then somehow rips Matt's arm off.
Yeah.
And it's like stretchy, gooey fabric because Matt was made of silly putty skin.
and it like he like pulls it and it still like doesn't rip fully for him, so you can see that the actor's kind of struggling. He's like, "You think this is a dream?"
Right? And he throws it on the cake, and I was like, "What a waste!"
And you can actually see production crew underneath the cake.
Really? Oh, I have to rewatch it now.
There was one scene where you could see a boom mic for a split second.
Nice.
I think it was in the bedroom. Whenever she's talking to another, it's whenever she's talking to another girl. There's a boom mic.
There's a lot of girls
just chatting.
Which girl?
I don't remember. I tried to block this movie out of my mind, then I remember we had to talk about it
immediately.
Right?
So he like confronts her, like he pushes the driller killer DK pushes her up against a wall and starts being like, I need to say every single like 60s like rockabilly rock and roll lyric I can think of.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. And this is the one where he's like, it's just gonna be you and me or something like that, and you're like, what? Like, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Neither does she. Like, he just comes out of nowhere. He keeps getting flashes in the dreams, but, like, we're like, what is this dude?
Yeah.
Like, and what is this
But I'm, like,
drill
confused
guitar
by this dude, because is he just a compilation of her love for music meets her, like, worst nightmare that killer? Like, in real life, just mash into one person?
It is her... I'd say it is her... fears come to life, which is if John Travolta showed up at your house,
oh god,
and just started drilling people. I don't know. I
cannot tell you.
There's tassels involved, a lot of tassels, and here's the funny part too is that in the flashbacks from the first movie when they refilmed it.
They redid him too.
They redid it so it had those boots
Right?
which are like the steel-toed, like silver boots or
Yeah.
something. I was like, all right.
Cool.
So like that's what I can't figure out. I'm like, is this her projection of what the driller killer looks like now?
Well, she was 12.
Yeah.
Right.
So
She was 12, so I mean, she was like in prime time of giving out hand jobs to 5th graders. So there was a lot going on.
Gross.
Sorry, first movie reference.
But she.
But if you didn't see the first movie and you watched this, I don't know how that
Sorry
happened.
about you.
Right.
So yeah, she runs downstairs and she's like, "He killed Matt," and they're like, "Okay." But then like a guy with a guitar with a drill on the end of it is appearing.
Right.
And they're like,
It's
"Oh,
like a
shit."
floppy dildo drill
Right?
in this moment.
And so the first one to go after this,
it's TJ.
Well, no, TJ gets
slashes TJ's
slashed
leg.
on the thigh.
because he
right.
tries to
yeah,
fight
well,
back.
TJ tries to fight
Right.
back. Yeah.
And then Jeff is like, "Take this lamp.
Yeah,
Take
They're, like,
this lamp.
using whatever they can.
Take this stripper pole lamp."
And so then Sally's real dumb, and she just leans on a wall, and he slowly approaches her, and she's like, "Oh no!" And they're trying to call the cops on the other side of the wall with the phone.
I like this actually.
And the cops are like, "We're not coming there again, you idiots!" And
Right.
they basically shut it down. They're like, "That's not. You can't do that."
I guess that was a popular thing during the 80s. Like, people were making all these prank phone calls.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
it's a trope. It
Yeah.
definitely is.
It's a reason to not get or to have.
but
the
I guess,
not-
like,
the
in
cops
real
to
life,
not
though,
come back.
people were actually
Right,
doing
because
this.
basically your choices are: does the killer cut the line, or has the kids been like playing pranks, or did we kill the cop when he came out to investigate the first time?
Yeah.
That's like your three. That's all you get. You know, like basically you have to eliminate the police one way, shape, or form. Right, or just make it so that they don't come for a while because we can't figure out if 1982 traced phone calls or not.
Right.
Still trying to figure that out, guys. Write us.
We're in '86 now. And so as they're making the phone call, the killer drills through Sally and also drills through the phone. They're like, "Ah!" So they all run. They all leave. They get out of the house.
They've split up now.
Yeah.
It's Jeff. It is Courtney. And her bestie, which I forget her name.
No one knows her name.
No one knows her name.
Bad girl.
It's the Playboy model. It's it's Amy.
Amy.
Sorry.
So they run and they hide at the corner. It's the corner of a cinder block fence.
Yeah.
That they use multiple times
Yes.
because they just love that location. I guess it's very versatile, but
Sure.
it all looks exactly the
It's
same.
really Hollywood movie.
So they run there,
My
and
Tommy
meanwhile,
Wiseau impression. I'm sorry.
meanwhile,
TJ and
Yeah, TJ.
other girl,
and Sheila.
Sheila, TJ and Sheila just kind of are booking it for wherever they can go.
Yes.
Wherever there are lights that are on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Courtney and her group, they are like, we need to get the car and run out of here. So they have to go back into the house, and they're like, what if Sally's still alive? Because I guess they didn't see her die.
Well, they need the keys. That's why they went
Yeah.
back in the house.
Yeah, but then they also, like, as a side note, they're like, we
He's like,
also
Sally!
need... Yeah.
Sally!
Sally, okay? And she, like, falls around the corner. He's like,
Right?
Sally, you okay? And she's just dead on the
She-
floor. He's like,
she's
you
like-
sure you're okay?
I wasn't dead, but now I am. Like
that-
she picked the most opportunistic time to fall over.
Yeah, I was like, how long was she up for?
Well, it's the same thing as Denise in the last movie. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm going to fall in slow motion out of the rafters. I'm defying gravity. Same as in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Like, people just defy gravity
Oh, yeah.
in order to wait for the
Blood.
best time to show people
Yeah.
that they're dead.
So yeah, they get the car keys. They realize Sally's dead, and they run into the car, and the car won't start. And you're
Right.
Well, they don't check the back
Whoa.
seat because nobody checks the back
yeah,
seat.
but they all sat in the front seat. I was like, I would have taken the back. More opportunity to lay down for a nap.
Bow, 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 bow.
Right? I
Not
did
this
miss
movie.
that soundtrack.
Yeah.
The fart soundtrack.
Yep.
So the car eventually starts. They're
I don't
driving
even
away.
know what the soundtrack was
Yeah,
for this until the end.
Did
where
they
it's
have
like,
the soundtrack?
I'm loving you. It's like, is this
that
ain't
played
scary. What the fuck is
forever.
happening? Yeah.
So Yeah, they drive away, and as they're driving away, they're all kind of like, we made it. But they didn't because they don't check the back seat, which is just stupid. And a drill, like, he leans up.
No, he leans up, and he's got a carnation in his ear for no reason. And he goes, this one's dedicated to the one I love. And I was like, a man?
To the ones I left behind.
Right?
So,
this one goes out to the one I love.
And then he kills Jeff, which is real fun. They're like, oh. And then
I guess, but the car is like, Jeff's considerate as he dies.
Jeff
He's like,
put
I
the
gotta.
car in the car. He's like, sorry. I'll shut it off too.
Sorry.
Save the environment. And then it looks like, who was in the middle? Was Courtney in the middle, or was
No, it was the other girl.
I don't know.
Amy.
So Amy's in the middle, and it looks like Courtney has to like physically remove Amy. She's like, "Come on," which is kind of like the whole rest of the movie. Is
But
she's
that
dragging
happens in the
Amy
first
around.
one too with Trish. Trish is always like kind of just there, like like frozen, and the other girls are like, "Let's go,
Like, move."
Yeah. So that's happened before.
Meanwhile, we got TJ. So we got TJ and Sheila.
Yeah.
Basic names.
The lovers.
Yeah, so we got TJ and Sheila, and they run up to another house, and they're like hitting the door, but unfortunately, this man with his multiple car garages that are on different sides of his house is blasting classical music. So he's really just
jamming
a
out.
peach of a man.
Who I don't know if this is in the credit sequence or not. I failed to look it up, but at least on IMDb, he's credited as Mr. Damn Kids.
Mr. Damn Kids. Right? Because then eventually, like, the driller killer is following them, and he comes up.
He passes by Mr. Get Off My Lawn's house, and he doesn't answer. And sorry.
You could do better.
Could have been way better. Sorry.
So they start to run away, but I guess this is whenever he slashes the arm of
Sheila.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then he actually does kill TJ.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy comes out of his house and he's like, "No one's here. These damn kids." Closes
Because
the
of
door.
peripherals again.
Yeah, because he can't see the sides.
Right.
And
front porch peripherals.
So then Sheila.
She runs back in the house.
Yeah,
at some point, she goes back to the wall that we see 50 million times.
Everybody goes back in the house.
She goes back to the wall and she goes back into the house. Why does she go back in the house though? I don't.
Everybody goes back in the house.
It's like the meeting place.
But I feel like she ran around the block looking for a different house.
She goes
and
around
back
the
into
corner.
her own house.
Yeah, she goes around the corner as well. Right?
Yeah. Which one?
Sheila. She
That's who
goes
we're
around
talking
that
about.
cement corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then she goes around that corner. She goes back into the house, but Courtney and Amy have already been there, and they go upstairs into the room and they barricade it.
Right. Then they call Officer Kruger again
on a different phone, and he's like, "Listen, I'm not going to be there because there's no problem except for you.
Please stop calling my number."
Which, now that I
Who
just said
dis?
that, she is kind of the problem.
Mhm.
They probably just had to be like, "Ooh, Courtney, can
Yeah.
you just go out there and surrender? Because we'll be fine." He's not here for us.
Right.
He's
I don't
killing us
even
to
know
get to
who
you.
he
Yeah.
is.
This is your problem, so we're not inviting you to the next one. You've been
Ooh, is
drinking
he
too
playing,
much milk recently.
Is he singing Let's Buzz?
I like this song.
I love this song.
Courtney, you
Let's
should just
Buzz.
date him. Give him a chance. So
and then she's like, "They're not coming," and throws the phone and destroys
the phone with her softball arm. But then they hear Sheila back in the house, and they're like, "Oh, Sheila's here," and they're trying to move this not desk. Oh my god, this dresser forever. Meanwhile, Driller Killer is singing a song as Sheila's leaning on a door
with smoke and lights,
and he's going down the hallway.
So Driller Killer has lit the entire condo like it's a scare zone at Horror Nights.
Well, it looked like a block party, like haunted house is what it looked like. It looked like my neighbor used to do.
I don't. Why? Why does this sequence exist?
And it took so long, and I swear he was just singing the same line over and over.
Oh, let's buzz.
Constant, and she's on the door like
he's doing like half splits, and Which really impressive for
having
the
the
faux
time
leather.
Of his life. Yeah.
Right?
But then eventually the two girls in the bedroom, they could have opened the door and
Well,
pulled
they
Sheila
tried
in.
to like open the door, but then they heard him, and they're like, "Nope, we're not opening the door."
They still could have pulled
She's
her
on her own.
in. Yeah.
Well,
I think
she could have ran away for the amount. Like
they all could have done more.
He is like doing an entire performance artist piece down the hallway, and she like instead of like running away or being like, okay, when he does this next flip, I'm gonna run past.
Well, like maybe
him.
it was one of those hallways where there wasn't another door going out somewhere. Like she had to go back
But that's
down
what
that
I'm
hallway.
saying. Like while he's doing his like kicks and flips down the hallway, she could have been like, "This is my time to charge him at least," or something. Like put up a fight. Like she's like, "No, horrible music and a drill."
Well, if that door was locked, why didn't she just go to another door and hide somewhere else?
Because he has a powered guitar and he'll just go through the wall no matter what, which he does after he drills her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
But then he just starts drilling through the door, and I was like, that's pretty cool because the drill eventually is just like eating away at the door around it because he's just moving it. And I was like, that just looks fun. That looks like a Mario Party game. Just like destroy the door with your giant drill. Actually, there was something. Yeah.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Mario Party. Sorry. I was like, huh.
And then he opens the door, and then he's like, I'm going to steal a line from Jack Nicholson's The Shining now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm home, or no, that's Here's Johnny. But it doesn't matter because he's just stealing and ripping off everything because this is also where he goes, I can't get no
satisfaction.
Because that's whenever he swipes and it barely clips Amy, right?
Right.
But it's not the back slice.
No, that's
it's
like
just an arm
the
slice.
back slice is in the unfinished apartment complex.
Yeah. So
when they're
right
running
then
on
it
the
was just
roofs.
like an Amy's arm slice. But then so they start doing this roof run, which is actually pretty
it's like
cool.
parkour scene.
Yeah. I was like, this is pretty neat, and it could go a lot of awesome directions. Also, maybe just push the guy off the roof, surprise him, hide behind
But
a
like,
chimney.
how is he climbing on the roof with his guitar? Like, it looks like a really heavy
It
guitar.
does.
And his shoes look really slippery.
All the while, bum bum, I can't tempo, loving you.
Constantly. This his song starts here.
But he's not singing this song.
Yeah.
This is just playing.
He's just sing-talking. The whole movie is him sing-talking like Les Miserables.
Do you hear the people die?
Dying on my guitar drill.
It is the sound of people having a nervous breakdown.
So
I'm not real.
So they go.
Spoiler alert.
Well, we still don't even know. That's the
We
sad
don't know
part.
at this point.
No, we don't.
It'll never be solved. But they So yeah, they go into the construction zone for more condos.
Yep.
There's a line at the very start that says, it looks like no one else has moved in yet. So that's why there are like next to no neighbors, by the way.
Yeah. Well, that's why I assumed.
So they're running through this construction place, and instead of just like following the layout, they're like ducking through pieces of wood and climbing through windows that don't have any glass. And he barely swipes at one of them and just slices across Amy's back, but Amy's just like, "Oh shit, don't do that." And like they keep running. And then Amy trips on a piece of wood. Meanwhile, this song is constantly playing in the background. Really irritating. Amy's like gripping onto the window.
Can't stop loving you.
And Amy's holding on, and she's like, "Don't let me go." And she's like, "I won't let you go." And then the killer's like, "Hey," and she's like, "I gotta let you go, bye." And she falls to her death.
Okay, so
Titanic, pre-Titanic.
Right. Little piece of trivia. This movie was filmed under the title of Don't Let Go.
Oh,
She let
They were
go.
like, we wrote this whole movie based on this scene. Like, I mean, maybe, right? So she gets to the roof and hides next to some propane or something.
I thought it was like an arc welder or something.
It is.
Yeah.
I
Slash
don't know how they
flamethrower.
how do they operate? Is that propane? I don't know.
But I mean, she lights the fire thing, and he just like walks right into it.
Yeah, he's like, "Light me up, baby."
Well, there's an actual line. It's like, "Come on, baby, light my fire." You're like, Jesus, could you stop? Could you stop?
And then
because it's just not even funny. It's like
Yeah.
you're just like
Really sad pickup lines.
yeah,
right.
right. And then she's like, what did she say? You bet I will. Or
Yeah.
something. Right? It's not even a really good
Not
comeback.
iconic,
But then
not
she's
good.
like, I'm going to turn crazy now. Ha ha! Right? Lights him on fire. And immediately he's like, oh no, I turned translucent. Like,
Falls off. Like, he could have at least tried to stop, drop,
But
and
he didn't
roll.
even try and stop her, though. He just
He-
walked straight into it.
Yeah.
and apparently he's covered in gasoline.
Oh, he went up.
Because-
He lit up.
Yeah. And just immediately falls over, right? So now we're like the next day, right? And
like the
we're
morning
having that
of.
whole like, oh, fire department's here, police are
Carrying
here.
away
She's got a blanket
body.
over her
Final
body.
girl is in the blanket, right? And she's like, let me look at Amy's
Let me say
body.
goodbye to my friend.
Touch her face.
And then it's like, and you're like, oh God, no, it's a fucking dream. Like immediately,
I
I'm
was
just
so angry.
yeah.
Well, then
right?
she wakes up, she's in bed with Matt again, and you're like, oh, cool. She
Right?
just needed
I'm like,
to,
so
deal
when?
with it.
When did that happen? And what parts of this movie are not dreams? Because she's in bed with Matt,
Yeah.
right? So is
And
it,
at this point, I was like, so did she fall asleep while they were having sex? Because
But
that is so awkward the
is-
next day.
is that
I speak from experience. Real creepy. Because then you're like, when did you realize I was asleep?
right?
It
well,
was
I
just
was talking to
making
you,
out
and
naked at
and
that
like
point.
you were going, oh yeah, and then you just stop responding.
But
but-
then that Matt turns out to
Okay,
be
so but is
guitar
this
riff.
is that the bedroom from the condo? So,
Yes.
So
Yeah.
in that, but why am I asking this question? It doesn't make any fucking sense
Well,
because
she
it's
wakes up and-
also a dream.
It's a dream, but then it's also another dream.
right
Within a dream.
So she
which makes me think that
wakes
Matt's
up
not a real person.
and makes out with Matt. And then mid makeout, it turns into Driller Killer. DK is back,
Yes.
but now he's all burnt up, right? But
Barely.
Not,
It's like-
Not really.
no, he's
really.
just like kind of like, hey, I'm
Ashy.
still
his,
like,
his clothes protected him.
right. He's like, my leather's still kind of on fire, so I'm smoking up the
Kind
whole
of attached
room,
to my body at this
right?
point.
And then
Melted.
she's like,
My
no, and then it turns out that she is in an asylum. So
So are all of her friends fake, and her band is fake, and Matt is fake, and none of them are real?
right, so. Was it not Valerie that actually went insane? It was her, and she was projecting it?
Or are they both insane?
Right.
But what? Then the drill
But-
came through the floor.
But then, is she living in a tiny dollhouse that a drill goes through the floor? Because that's the end
yeah,
shot
I was
here.
like, that's some real forced perspective.
It looked like the top, like, floor of
Yeah.
a three-story, like, dollhouse from back in
Oh,
the
yeah.
day. Because the drill's even gigantic in
Huge.
comparison to that chair, right? So
So
Movie over.
the
Who is
whole
it?
movie
Done.
is just a dream.
of who we don't really know who. Is it Courtney or is it her sister?
I don't know. I don't know. But guess what, guys? This podcast was all a dream, and you
Oh.
wasted your time.
I was like, God, that was a really big letdown of a dream.
But okay, so basically, is DK inceptioning people?
Is he the original Freddy Krueger? This was after Freddy Krueger. This
This
before
was
Freddy.
after Freddy.
Yeah.
This was after.
Yeah, this was like 3 or 4 Freddys in.
Oh God.
Yeah. Right? Because okay, boom, there you go. He is dropping one-liners, bad ones, like Freddy does.
Yeah.
Right? He's haunting people's dreams. But he's also, he's more iconic
you have the
than the
bathtub
last Driller
moment.
Killer,
Yeah.
but not for a good reason.
Oh no. But then you also have the bathtub moment, like Freddy Krueger.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Right?
it just feels like they were like, we want to do Slumber Party Massacre, but we want to make it like Freddy Party Massacre.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
So I didn't see it, but I saw it on the trivia. So it says the end credits say, quote, any unauthorized exhibition, distribution, or copying of this film or any part thereof, including soundtrack. I love how it put including soundtrack, where like whoever put that YouTube video was like, "Oh shit!"
right?
I can put up the rest, but not that, right? Because including soundtracks in parentheses. So, or any part thereof, including soundtrack, is an infringement of the relevant copyright and will subject the infringer to severe civil and criminal prosecution, as well as a midnight call from the driller killer.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I watched this on my phone, and then I threw my phone immediately after it was over.
You watched this on your phone?
I did. I woke up, and I watched it on my iPhone.
Wow.
Nice.
That's an hour and a half.
dedicated.
It wasn't an hour and a half.
72 minutes on your phone.
72
Yeah, that's
minutes I'll never
legitimate.
get back.
You're right. So, a couple things here. Juliet Cummins, who plays Sheila, and Heidi Kozak, who plays Sally, are both alumni of the Friday the 13th series.
Oh.
Juliet had previously played Robin in Friday the 13th 5, A New Beginning.
Wow.
And was in Psycho 3.
Oh.
Actually, right? I don't know why there was a Psycho 2 compared to like 3 or 4. But, and Heidi would go on to play Sandra in Friday the 13th Part 7, The New Blood, which, is Jason versus Carrie, basically.
Oh.
So, little Friday the 13th trivia. Heidi Kozak also, which is Sally in this movie, noticed that her cutoff jeans in the movie, which were ridiculous, she noticed that they kept getting shorter with every take. And it turned out that the costumer would pull threads out of them at every single take in order to get them shorter and shorter.
Jeez, that's
and
Sneaky.
after this discovery, she got herself a new pair of shorts. She also celebrated her birthday on set and ate her cake while in drill makeup. That was because she got drilled in the chest.
Oh, it's a cool birthday.
Yeah, sure. That's all I got for this movie.
There's really not much else for the movie.
Yeah. W's?
Never.
Oh, never ever.
When would you watch
this?
this?
Is a really comfortable film. I can say never.
Okay, I'm gonna just throw out the W's. When would you watch this?
When you're waking up in the morning on your cell phone on YouTube. And
When you're obligated to do an episode of this podcast.
Basically.
Okay.
Why
would you watch this movie?
I would watch this because I had the interest to see the sequel because the first one is so amazing.
I still want to see the third, actually.
Yeah.
Because
I
apparently
hope
the third
can redeem
I would
it.
watch this as a background to my slumber party.
Yeah.
But then I would be blasting music on top of it. So it's just
Yeah.
there just for...
I wouldn't want to ruin your slumber party. No, watch the first one. Don't watch this, right? And, okay, so the third one's cover art is what I remember about Slumber Party Massacre movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the third one is, instead of being, like, through the legs killers, it's like a top-down with, like, the killer's arms and the drill, like, going and about to penetrate three, like, girls, but they're in very 90s clothes.
Oh.
Right? Like,
I like
90s,
it.
like teddies,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like a lingerie. That's what I remember from this. I was like, I need to watch this as a kid, and then I never did. So I'm very interested. You wanna do a revisit of part 3 sometime in the future?
Of course.
Probably like an anniversary show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Duh.
Yeah, of course. Right. We love slasher and horror movies.
The best.
It's kind of our favorite now. So it is October now, and we have an entire month of horror and Halloween themed episodes. So make sure that you stay tuned, stay glued to that little cell phone of yours, because next week is Wishmaster.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, how fun was that one? We actually did that one a little bit ago. And then the week after Wishmaster is the Mummy.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's correct, right?
It
We have
sounds
5.
right.
We're lucky. We have 5 Tuesdays in
October.
Thank
But you're
you.
getting
You're getting 6 movies.
7.
6.
Well, 7 episodes.
Because of
drink along.
triple feature here.
Yeah.
You're right. So, yeah.
You're getting like 2 takes on one movie. Which is pretty
Right.
cool.
Okay, yeah. So you're going to get Wishmaster on the second week. Third Tuesday is going to be The Mummy. Fourth Tuesday is going to be 1995's Casper.
Yeah.
And I'm announcing it today.
For Halloween.
Yep. For Halloween, on Halloween Day, Ernest Scared Stupid. Have you ever seen this one?
No.
Oh my God.
I think I've seen it as a kid.
I actually want to have a double guester on that one for Halloween.
That'll be great.
So if you're interested, yeah. This one, oh God, it's just Ernest awakens a troll that can only be defeated by pouring milk on him. Yeah, so that's our lineup, and then stay tuned in November. 3 out of the 4 weeks are going to be Netflix November, actually movies that you can catch on Netflix. What's interesting is a lot of our movies that are coming up in the coming months are all on YouTube or all on Netflix. There's a couple people being like, hey, I haven't seen this movie and I want to get the joke and references and I don't feel like renting it, right? It's like, okay, we hear you, and we know that as a new podcast, we should be, kind of being like, hey, we get it. We'll cater a little bit to that audience. And so we are actively going out there and being like, hey, these ones are on Netflix. Past episodes that you can look up right now. Angels in the Outfield is actually on YouTube. Slumber Party 1 and 2 that you're listening to now are on YouTube.
Lost in Space is on Netflix.
Thank you. The Wraith is on Netflix. And then I'm pretty sure that Casper might be as well. Possibly. I don't know. But Netflix November definitely will happen, and then all Christmas, Thanksgiving we'll have a Thanksgiving, and Christmas will be 3 Christmas movies, and then New Year's will be New Year's Evil. So a lot of horror coming up because it's kind of our favorite, apparently. And it plays well, right? It's like it's really hard for us to be comedic about a comedy.
Yeah. Or a romance or a drama. It's just kind of like, where does it come out there?
Yeah. So these are kind of our favorites.
We make it work, though.
So you can stay tuned to all the information. You're going to get a lot of extra content. I like to put out a lot of extra clips when it comes to Instagram, and those always get republished to our Twitter and our Facebook, and all that is the same. You can follow us at Bombs Away Show. You can also write us. Let us know what you thought about these episodes. Like I said, we had a lot of new people. Welcome a lot of people that joined us because of The Room, and also because of Beyond Fest. Welcome new listeners. Please write to us. Let us know how we did, what you thought about this episode. You were there. You watched us live in the theater, Beyond Fest people. So you had to sit through this one. Let us know what you thought. Anything we missed, we'll bring it up on a shorty episode. And other than that, that's it. I'd like to thank our special guest for joining us for these 2 episodes. Abbie, thank you.
I had a good time.
We had a blast, except watching this movie.
Yeah.
Other than that, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Jarrett.
And
whatever is stupid laugh.
I can't get no satisfaction. Come on, baby, come on. Hey guys, John here from the Bonds Away podcast, and I'm here to talk to you about the place where we record. That's right, the Frida Cinema. What is the Frida Cinema? Well, it's a program of the Long Beach Cinematheque here in California, and it serves Santa Ana and neighboring communities as a non-profit art house cinema dedicated to enriching, connecting, and educating communities through the art of cinema. But it's so much more than that. Guys, not only do they screen amazing films here, but they also hold out-of-this-world special events. And when we're talking about special events, we're talking about shadow casting. Shadow casting, if you don't know, is where actors perform in front of the movie that you're seeing, and they have costumes, and they're doing audience participation, and it is just an amazing event. The shadow casting that we do here is films such as Rocky Horror, or Little Shop of Horrors, or Repo the Genetic Opera, or even The Forbidden Zone. Wow, The Forbidden Zone. Like, when's the last time you saw that? Or maybe shadow casting isn't your thing, but what about rooftop cinemas? That's right. Right on our rooftop, we do special screenings of throwback movies that you love, including Ghostbusters, or the current Beauty and the Beast, Guardians of the Galaxy, or even Jurassic Park. And that's not the only thing with these rooftop cinemas. They also have special people that show up, special guests, including the Orange County Ghostbusters and their vehicles and their costumes, or maybe Jurassic Park and the Jurassic Park Jeep. You ever gotten a photo with any of these things? I have, and it's because I was there at these events. So if you're looking for special events to go to, or like out of this world, just crazy audience participation things like Scott Pilgrim and with lights and sound and like things that you've never even seen before, go to the Frida Cinema. You can check out the Frida Cinema locations, filming, schedules, and everything entertainment-wise at www.thefridacinema.org. Or you can follow them on Facebook at facebook.com/thefridacinema and on Instagram and Twitter at the Frida Cinema. The Frida Cinema, for the filmmakers, for the film goers, and for you.
This has been a production of Big Bulb Entertainment, executive produced by Jonathan Young. For more media and information, visit us at www.bigbulbentertainment.com. Big Bulb, what's your bright idea?